Good evening and welcome to United Real Therapy, people. Can you please hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello? Let us know if we're live, people. Please let us know we're live. Big up to every one of you. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I'm having some technical issues with YouTube, people. I don't know what's going on. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if we're live, people. Please let me know. Hello, yes, can you hear me? Can you hear every word? Big up to every one of you. Let me come back properly. There we go, there we go. What's going on, people? Shadow banning us, eh? Effing shadow banning us. Apologies, people. I was at a birthday party, my friend's birthday party, and watched the game and everything. And yeah, having technical issues. I've been trying to go live for ages, and basically it's been taking the absolute biscuit. But yeah, let's get into it. What a day of football, eh? What a day of football. Viva Morocco! Morocco, man. Oh, Morocco. Morocco, we can hear you. The cameras behind. Like the audio not matching with the lips. Yeah, it's better now. Big up. Big up, Logan. Big up every one of you. Thank you for being patient with us. Already know Mr. Structure's going to be buzzing about Morocco. That England loss didn't hurt at all. It hurt me, man. That's the best I've seen England play. I'm not going to lie to you. That's the best I've seen England play in a big game, in a knockout game. And I thought second half, I thought England were the better team. Obviously, the cross from Griezmann to Giroud, what a cross. And England should have defended better. Should have defended. I think the Chouameni, I think Pickford could have done better because he came from a long way. I know that he came through a lot of bodies. But yeah, I was quite sad. And I know that obviously it's a psychological thing. But England should have had a plan. If they're gonna get 2 penalties in a game, you should plan for everything. And somebody else should have taken that. Henderson should have taken that penalty. Somebody else should have taken that penalty. Because it's psychological, because this is his teammate. He's been winning for 10 years. And I think Larousse is not that good anyway for penalties. I don't think he's that great. I really don't think he's that great. Genuinely don't think he's that great. So it will be what it is. Yeah, big up. Sorry about the technical issues. Like I said, channel's been shadow banned apparently, and this is what's happening to us. Big up to every one of you. Yeah, Morocco. We'll come on to Morocco in a minute, man. Those of you who follow me on Twitter, go and check out my reaction on there. Absolute history makers. First African team to go through to the semi-final. Can they go one better and go to a final? I hope they do. I don't like the French. I'm sorry. If any of you are French and support the French, but I don't like the French. Yeah, not here for it. They've got brilliant players. I like some of their players, but yeah. Exactly. Too gutted. I'm gutted. Yeah, Luke Singh, second half, yeah, 100%. Morocco deserved it, but see how last World Cup, yeah, man, shame for Ronaldo, but Kane for me, I felt bad for Kane, man. I felt bad for Kane, but it's psychological. Football is psychological. It's so much psychological. And then you see Ole Gunnar Southgate using the same words as Ollie. Fine margins. No, actually, football is about moments, crucial moments, and you have to be there in the crucial moments. And I think, as the captain, if he felt unconfident, he should have gone to somebody else and said, "Hey, guys, I don't feel as confident." He knows the way, which way I'm gonna go. So, guys, come on, take this penalty. Yeah. Should have done that. Should have done that. Great thing for us. We can grow Smith Rowe, Reece James next tournament. Yeah, let's hope. Good. England have got good young players. Even already in a lot. Big up Claire. Southgate out. Claire, tell me about not bringing Rashford on. Do you think you should? Yeah, I think you should have bought Rashford on. Saka was one of England's better players. I don't think you should have took off Saka. I genuinely don't think you should have took off Saka. Kane won't get the stick. We'll see. Some people might give him a stick. Yeah, no, Zidane Iqbal. I watched about 60, 70 minutes of that game. I thought he looked assured. Exactly. 100% impressed. I didn't say anybody that stood out. Really, it wasn't much to report. But we played as a team than we did against Cadiz. So you can tell they've listened and they've heard in terms of off the ball, Man United. I thought we were better off the ball. We were not sleepy or dopey as they were against Cadiz. And that's the most important thing I was looking at. They're joined 4th or 5th in La Liga. They're a really decent team in La Liga, Betis. So I thought they did well. But we'll stick with England for now. Yeah, Rashford, for me, I understand why he didn't bring Rashford in, because he thought he might go to extra time and then bring fresh legs in extra time later in the game. But as soon as they won, when did they score? Was it the 80-something minute? When did France score? Giroud goal. What minute did that come into? One thing we should have done is got Rashford on earlier. But I think, yeah, 100%. I think they should have switched Foden. England were 2-1 down. They should have took Foden in the middle and put Rashford on the left. I think that's what they should have done. Yeah, big up Rashford. Listen, we'll come to Morocco in a minute, bro. Let's talk about England for a minute. Big up everybody. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, people. Yeah, just rush from a party to come and do this, and then bloody internet just messes up. Oh, it's not the internet, it's flipping YouTube or shadow band or whatever it is. But please smash a like. Smash a like on the video. A lot of hassle to get live tonight. Honestly, it's crazy. Crazy. I was going to give up. I just thought I'll try one more time. His subs were a disgrace. Saka off, bringing up Mount, Sterling before Rashford and Grealish. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think, for me, Saka should have stayed on. I thought Saka was England's main danger guy. I thought the French couldn't cope with him. I think Theo Hernandez couldn't cope with him. Yeah, I thought England should have had a penalty in the first half as well, to be fair. But the referee was a bit dodgy, wasn't he? I don't know where he was from, but he's a bit dodgy, that referee. Zidane is so press resistant, amazing. He's also a very good dribbler. Yeah, of course. He's super talented. He's one of our own, Logan. Trust me. I know mostly everything to know about his game, and he's developing. He's getting a bit more stronger now. He's filling out a little bit. Honestly, he's only like 19, so he's gonna bulk out a bit more. And when he's 21, I expect him to be superb. Genuinely expect him to be superb for a big player for Man United. But I think if Ten Hag's not going to play him, I think he should send him alone. I was a 6th supporter of England when lost to Ireland. I said I will not support them anymore. Iceland, when they lost to Iceland in the Euros. Big up Lilas. Yeah, Rashford should have come on earlier, 100%. Yes, sir.
Right then, you're good.
Big up, man. Some people are a bit gutted about England. I thought England played well. I thought France were lucky tonight. I think the biggest thing I would say about that penalty, he plays with Lloris for about 10 years and it becomes psychological. But I think he should have still gone on with his technique, going that wide instead of going high. And the biggest thing, what they tell you in penalties, when I was a kid, this is how I was coached. The way I was coached as a kid was, if you are in doubt or you're feeling nervous, the first thing that what you should do, if you're in doubt, don't go and choose the places. Don't rely on your technique. The first thing you should do is, if in doubt, hard, low, middle. Hard, low, middle. Hard, low, middle. That is the biggest thing the way you ever coach. Your coach, if you think you're too nervous to be able to do your own technique. Do hard, low, middle. That is the biggest thing that gets you out of jail. When I've ever took penalties in the cups or whatever knockout game, when I've ever took penalties, always, if I'm not feeling confident, I always used to go to the keeper's right bottom corner. That's what I used to go, drill it down there. If I didn't feel confident, or if I feel tired and didn't feel a bit confident, and the keeper looked too big and whatever, and the pitch was uneven, Saturday, Sunday league, sometimes the pitch was uneven, yeah? I would always, nothing ever failed me. I used to take the slightly longer run up, and I would lace that ball hard, low, down the middle. But I think England should have prepared for this, Irfan. I think they should have been prepared for this, because once you scored, they should have conferred. It's a captain. They should have conferred with somebody else and said, any of you confident to take this?
Oh, you mean Captain Fantastic would ask somebody else? Captain Fantastic don't ask anybody else.
Well, it should have.
Psychology.
It's not about him. It's about the team.
No, Nuruddin, but you got to understand, each team is different. Brazil's psychology is different. It's all on Neymar. Croatia, it's all on Modric, even though they're a team. Morocco is a complete team. It's a team from 1 to 11. There's no superstars. It's a team. It all depends on the individual psychology and makeup of the team. England have got Captain Fantastic, and his name is Harry Kane. That penalty was crying for him. If you had, sorry to say, I think he's an amazing player, but that was crying for just a simple, straight, down the middle bang. I mean, he didn't miss it by a little bit, Nuruddin. He missed it by miles. That was way off, and he's done it before, only a couple of months ago, where he banged one in, and then he hit one over the bar, exactly the same way. Only a few months ago he did it. So look, this is all because no one's going to come up to Captain Fantastic and say, I'll take the penalty. No one's going to do that. You don't do that with Captain Fantastic, because Captain Fantastic, like Neymar in Brazil's team, he carries the burden. And because he's usually so reliable, no one's going to question it. Not Southgate, not the team, no one. But this is knockout football. This is what happens. This is what happens in knockout football.
I mean, Saka was England's best threat.
By a mile, Saka was England's best player. What did he do? He took him off. I mean, the only guy.
I think instead of bringing Mount on, he should have put Rashford. He should have put Foden in the middle, and then put Rashford out left.
But that was the problem, you see, Nuruddin. When I watched that game, I mean, look. First, I thought, if you asked me a couple of weeks ago, I said France were going to just, stroll it. Then I looked at England again and went,
England play better today.
No. Listen, England are a strange team in a sense that I just don't know which England's going to turn up. I won't lie to you. I just don't know which England's going to turn up. When I watch them against USA, I'm like, England? Forget about England. They're not going anywhere, right? And then you watch them against, like, you see the second half against Senegal, and you see, like, after 35 minutes, you say, okay, they turn it on. I mean, obviously, Senegal said capitulated, but you just don't know which England's going to turn up. Now, you watch this first half, and you're like, come on, England, what's going on, right? And then you look at England man for man. The only difference in that team, if you really want to break down player to player, is Mbappe.
Yeah,
that's the only difference.
Griezmann.
Yeah, no, but so I'm going to get to that. The difference in this game was the role of Griezmann. Griezmann was their match winner today by a mile.
That ball.
Yeah, I mean, no, not just that though. I mean, okay, so the ball was beautiful, right? But he's got such a sweet left foot, this guy, right? Look, the fact that he's got this role where he's coming into defense, he's behind the front three, he's just wondering. He is the X factor in their team. He's the X factor. England don't have an X factor. England have solidity, but predictability, and that's in the middle.
Let me say, England's two best players for me in that game was Jude and Saka.
Yeah.
Jude,
yeah.
Saka.
I don't expect much from Jude. I think Jude in 4 years' time is going to be one of the greatest players.
I thought he ran everywhere. He gave everything.
He run everywhere.
Making runs. He was the guy that was comfortable to take the ball.
Nuruddin, Henderson run everywhere today. It's not about running everywhere. It's about using that. It's about your brain.
Jude, to me, he took the ball in difficult positions. He's technically gifted.
That's what he does. He does it for Dortmund as well. He is what he is. He is 100% heart England footballer, and he's got super talent. In 4 years' time, if someone can teach it, I know. I'm saying. I don't think he's look, no footballer's developed up there that quickly, okay? He's got the physical attributes, he's got engine, he's got the techniques, but that the football brain is something else that takes years to develop. Okay, it doesn't come just like that. Okay, look at Messi.
In this one, I didn't think Kyle Walker can keep Mbappe quiet, but he did.
Well, I mean, no, because they didn't look right. The talk before the game is like, okay, it's going to be Mbappe. He's gonna whip England, right? But you know, in a game like this where it's super tight, where they've played before, it can't all be on Mbappe all the time. And look, don't get me wrong, Mbappe caused England a few problems, but nothing major, right? I thought Dembele would cause more problems for England, but he didn't really do that much either. But like I said, it was about Griezmann. Griezmann was the guy always there, picking up the ball, making joining the attack from the midfield, taking some of the weight off Rabiot and Tchouaméni. You know, he was the X factor. England could use Foden the same way, but we have this defensive manager who, when they stick Henderson, everything's well. You can't break this guy's defensive mindset. England's got the golden generation of creative young footballers, right? Offensive minded, but we don't have the manager quite yet. And don't get me wrong, this manager's come close, but I'm just hoping that we get a guy one day who is the guy that say, I'm going to be a little bit more offensive than defensive. I just hope we get that guy. We ain't going to get him yet, right? But like I said, you know, if you put Foden in the middle doing a Griezmann role, and to me, I'll be honest about Foden is still a bit like rabbit in the headlights at England level, not at City level.
No, because the team's not attacking everyone. He's got
Nuruddin, the top players, like you just said about, what's he called? The youngster you just called about. Yeah. What you just said about him, he's showing he's ready for the big stage. He showed it. Bellingham showed he's ready for the big stage. I haven't seen that from Foden yet. I've seen it from Saka. Saka, to me, is England's best offensive player by a long distance. Fearless, this guy. This guy's a warrior, okay? He's a warrior. So, you know, big props to him. But, you know, England came back in the game in the second half. But England, man, like I said, you just never know what's going to turn up with them. I mean, do you blame Maguire for that header that Giroud scored? Do you blame him or not?
Well, I blame the whole defense, but Maguire obviously goes missing, innit? That's his man, fan. That's his man.
That's his man. He's the wrong side of him at the end of the day. It's like, look, come on, man. You're meant to be
the ball was amazing. The keeper just made an amazing save, and you're sleeping again when next the corner, and then straight away the ball goes out wide again. They put the ball in, and you're not set. This is meat and drink to England players. Yeah, they do that all the time. Both of them had to defend that header. Where's Rice?
But I said when I was watching it, I said, I bet Giroud gets a header. I said it even at the start of the game. The first 10 minutes, I said, you know, people just think Giroud's just sat around doing nothing. But you give him that moment and he'll take it. You give him that one moment, he'll take it.
Everybody, he's one of the most underrated footballers.
He is. He's so underrated, that kid.
Listen, there's 90 of you watching and it's only 25 likes. Listen, we've been shadow banned. It took us about 15 minutes to get on YouTube tonight because I don't know what's happening lately. We're having really difficulty getting live. So please smash a like on the video. It helps the channel. We're not asking you to do anything else. We're not asking you for anything. I just smash a like on the video. There's over 90 of you here. Subscribe to the channel and smash that notification button because it lets you know when we're next live. Honestly, England deserved on the second half performance. But again, Southgate got it wrong, I thought. Take the substitutions, obviously.
He did.
Mount should not be in this game, even though he made a brilliant run. But the referee, I think England should have had a penalty in the first half. I think that was
of course, it was a clear penalty. I don't get this referee telling you the truth. It was a clear penalty, right? But having said that, right, you just don't know. Look at the goal. Look at the one that Argentina got. It was a joke. So you just don't know in the knockouts what's going to happen. So you have to be prepared for a couple of these like dodgy decisions that go against you, right? Look, even when you get a second penalty, you've got to take that. You've got to take it. And then the problem is, I'm hoping one day England can finish a game off in normal time and not hope for these things. I'm hoping because of the quality they've got. They've got serious quality, but they haven't really got the belief. And they haven't got the leaders when it counts. And they haven't got a manager when it counts. But they're getting closer and closer. Every generation, they're getting closer.
The biggest thing for me as a captain, this is where real leadership comes in.
Yeah.
To say, listen, I've trained with this guy. I train with him. I do all my penalty work with this guy. I'm playing against him. I've got him in that first one.
Yeah.
Somebody else, can somebody else step up? They should have. You plan. You know what the best teams?
Saka would have scored it. Saka would have scored that penalty. He would have scored it. He would have scored it. A left-footed guy, bang, in. I think, you know, just one of them guys.
Everyone, you know what? Lloris is not famous for saving penalties. He's not really that famous.
He's not. But Nuruddin, it was. I said before.
Listen, Lloris is not an intimidating goalkeeper. That intimidates.
No, not one bit. Not one bit. He's the opposite of Schmeichel. He's the opposite. That's what
even like Bellingham. Honestly, Bellingham takes penalties sometimes.
I would have given it to I would have given it to Saka. You know, because of what happened last time. I would have given it to him.
Redemption.
But this is again. It's so frustrating. You're like, I don't think fans played particularly well, but they got through. You know, I mean, look, Chouameni out of position many times. I mean, sorry, Upamecano out of position many times. Reckless challenge by Theo Hernandez on Mount. Reckless.
Yeah, that was a penalty. I don't know why the referee. I'm like, what game are you watching?
What's he doing?
What game are you watching? That's the clearest penalty ever.
But the weird referee, this Brazilian guy was a strange guy, very strange guy.
Yeah,
it's almost like he was on France's side to begin with, but obviously I don't know. But strange how he didn't give some more decisions. But then again, I told you, you can't wait. You can't rely on a referee. You know it could go either way. You just don't know.
Well, we'll see in it if Kane's going to be there for the next two. But for me, I think honestly, it's best now to walk away. Southgate, it's best to walk away, man.
Who can they get could do a job? Who can they get?
Eddie Howe for me. Eddie Howe.
You think so?
Eddie Howe, I think. Eddie Howe would be really good.
He's definitely contender. I mean, look, it's funny because I was speaking to Franco. Obviously, Franco's fuming because of Brazil.
I'm not fuming. Brazil deserved what they got.
No. Listen, Brazil royally effed it up.
Neymar should have took the penalty.
First one.
First guy.
No. Forget that. Even that point, fair enough, I get it. But you don't lose a game when you've got 3 or 4 minutes left in extra time and you just scored. You don't look at the final attack where they scored, where Modric spinged about 6 of their players in the front. You don't need to do that. I don't understand. If they had a leader, the leader was saying, I don't care what you do, 6 behind the ball, last 3 minutes. I don't care what we're doing. Game management. Brazil, that was one of the biggest.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I told everybody I'm not being convinced. I told you I'm not convinced by leaving someone like Bobby Firmino, leaving someone like even Coutinho and these guys, because they can.
Martinelli was the biggest mistake they made. The biggest mistake they played. They didn't play Martinelli. It's the biggest mistake they made. They didn't. When you brought on, you could have brought Guimaraes on. That you had Fabinho. You had all these guys that could have done the job. You brought Fred on, but Fred was there attacking at the front. Brainless, man. Brainless. Come on. Look, Franco said that the problem is there's no Brazilian managers that can manage Brazil last night. There could be a couple of Portuguese guys do it, but we both agreed that Ancelotti, if ever went somewhere else, he'd be a perfect guy for Brazil. Perfect guy.
Now, England don't need Guardiola.
No.
England don't need Guardiola.
You've been telling me that we need Guardiola. I said, no, I don't know. I don't
need Guardiola.
I don't think you do it.
But anyway, listen, that was England. Unlucky. I don't like French. I don't like the French society. I don't like the establishment. Very, very racist country. I really wanted England to win, really bad.
Oh, Nuruddin, you're splitting hairs, man. You're splitting hairs there. They're both very dislikable countries.
We live in England. I know we live in a bubble.
We're English, for God's sake. Come on. If you're going to go in that department, they're both countries.
France is far more racist. France is far more extremely racist than Britain is.
Nuruddin, they're a far more socialist country than we are, though.
Irfan, but they don't understand how racist that country is. They
listen.
No reference. In Britain, people at least understand and know. Seriously, guys, 38 likes. Are you taking the piss? Listen, I do not like France. I like some of their players. I'll be honest, they produce amazing players in the last 2 decades. But I don't like that in terms of the country. And when I've been there, I'm not had a nice time. I'm sorry.
But that's the same. Look, if you're gonna analyze it by that, by that sort, you can't.
It's been like, you know what? I just want to get the F out of here, man. Honestly.
No, you're wrong. I've had great times in lots of parts of France. France is a beautiful country.
I've had an amazing time in Marseille.
But that's what I said. Marseille is very different.
Marseille is not France. France is not
Marseille. We can't get into that because both countries are losers on that.
No. Listen, no. Irfan, Britain is far more. Britain, in terms of the people, is far more welcoming than France will ever be if you're a black person. Facts.
Yeah, but Nuruddin,
everybody. Let's get to Morocco.
Only to a small degree. That's only small difference. Only small degree.
No, in the big cities. Listen. Birmingham, Manchester,
yeah,
Cardiff, London,
Bristol,
certain extent, Bristol, Liverpool, Glasgow, Edinburgh. I feel like, people, like-minded people. I don't, in the only place in France where I felt slightly welcomed and people were really nice to me because of my name. Nordine, that's how they call me, man.
Yeah, but look,
it was
your
Marseille,
name.
it was Marseille, and I went to the suburbs, I went to the places, and it was mainly Tunisian people of Tunisian heritage, Moroccan heritage,
Algerian,
Ivory Coast heritage, Mali heritage. These people were there, right? And I felt really gelled. I felt all right. Same with Belgium.
Belgium. Your own name is such a common name in France. I know Tunisian people, Algerian people, Moroccan people. They've all got your name. All living in Paris, all living in Marseille, living in Lyon. You can't compare the two in this with this kind of sort of thought process. You can't. You just can't. Look, there's good people in both countries. There's bad people in both countries. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm torn sometimes. Look, my biggest problem is I want a brown kid to play for England, like a Zidane, but that's what I want to see. But it's a shame he's going to play for us. That's what I want to see. I want to see in England that's even more representative of the country, than it is at the moment. But still, this is one of the best England teams what we've ever had in terms of that, and one of the best England managers.
A lot of the players are young, and a lot of them you can relate to. A lot of the young players.
They're a lovely England team at the moment. They're lovely kids. They're lovely people, especially the young ones. I really respect them a lot. I've got Saka is my favorite guy. I love this guy. I really do.
Everybody loves Saka. Like you, brother. I don't know why you were posting on every other chat except mine. I respect your choice. I don't understand that. Sorry, I didn't see your chats, brother. I'm not posting every chat, by the way. I'm just picking through. So I don't know. Sometimes some of you guys are talking and arguing amongst each other in your chat. So apologies, MUFC 14. No issue, no problem with you. Sometimes I just think some of the chat don't make sense to me, and I think that you're chatting in between yourselves. But big up, listen, 40, 70 likes. There's 115 of you in here, and there's only 42 likes. Smash a like.
I mean, like when we lost today, when England lost today, right? I posted a Moroccan flag, right? And I was hoping, come on now, it's about Morocco. Now the question is, Morocco is the surprise, obviously, of the tournament. But what a team of battlers they are, Nuruddin. You got to admit, they are a pure team of battlers. Unbelievable.
In my side, it was no Irish, no dogs, no blacks in that order. Total respect for your religion. Yeah, big up, man. Big up Ma Ryan, man. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It is what it is. Listen, big up to every one of you. But yeah, let's talk about it now. Morocco make African history. And I love their manager. Big up Waleed. He basically came out in a press conference and they said, oh, this is for the Arab nations. And he said, no, we're Moroccan, and then we're African first.
Yeah.
I mean, we're Moroccan, we're African second. Do you know what I mean? So he made it. He said that the whole continent is behind, and the whole continent is behind Morocco. But I knew they were going to beat Portugal. Honestly, I knew they were going to beat Portugal.
But Nuruddin, you talk about a guy that's been in charge for 3 months.
3 months, yeah. But Irfan, he's a brilliant Irfan. He literally last season, his team, the Moroccan team, won the African Champions League. He's a winner. He's a winner. You know the African Champions League?
Yeah.
Him and his team won.
What was his team called again?
I think it might have been Casablanca, team from Casablanca. Right. Yeah.
Wow. Honestly, I'm amazed at what this guy's done with that team. I'm amazed. I watched him. If they had another guy that could score, like another sort of I don't know, not Buffalo, not Ziyech, somebody apart from the striker El Nassiri, somebody that could score. Because look at the one-to-ones they had it to make it 2-0 and didn't score.
That kid, I'm like, just smash that. What is he doing?
You just side-foot it past the guy gently. It's like when I look at the opportunity, the openings they've had on the counter to score against the team, against Spain and Portugal, I'm amazed. But look, they're defending it. You got to give it. They talk about defending as a team. They defend as a team. And Amrabat again, what an intelligent footballer this guy. What a baller this guy in midfield is. He's my midfielder of the tournament. This guy, apart from him and Modric, this guy's midfielder of the tournament.
Guys, can we please get 100 likes before? Can we get 100 likes? There's over nearly 120 of you in the space. Sorry, in the stream. Please, can we get 100 likes? It helps the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing. All you do is like that. Just smash it like it was that referee.
Maybe they don't like what they're hearing. Who knows?
Well, hey, with us, we only call it as we see it. No agendas, zero agendas, people. Zero agendas.
Of course,
listen, we were supporting Morocco anyway. To me, I always want England to do well, and I want all African teams to do well. I used to be able to like Brazil when I was younger, and even years ago, but now
I can't. Brazil is the team that made me love football in the '82. So I
you know what? But for me, I wasn't convinced. I told everybody. I said Argentina were going to do it because the way they won the Copa America, the way Messi is still pulling out these moments for them.
Yeah,
and they were my tip.
But Nuruddin, Brazil royally messed it up. Brazil had so much quality.
I don't know about this manager for Brazil, but everybody talks.
He's a joke. Honestly,
negative. I'm sorry.
Nuruddin, I had a 2-hour conversation. Nuruddin, I had a 2-hour conversation with Franco because why ask Franco?
Let people know who Franco is. Let people know.
Franco is a very old Brazilian friend of mine. He's one of the first Brazilian guy we met in Manchester in the '80s. Actually, right? He's been here since the '80s. I met him in the '90s. And he's football mad. He's one of Flamengo's biggest supporters, and he came to Manchester in the '80s. He's moved to Kent now, but we make music together. We used to run a Brazilian music party together.
So beautiful.
Yeah, he's a karaoke. He's hardcore 100% Rio Brazil. Yeah. And why I call him up is because I want to hear what the Brazilian football community, the analysts, the commentators, what do they say about it? And he's been saying to him for ages, Chichi is too defensive. He's too defensive. He's too defensive. He's a guy that can get you there, but in the moments he can't do it because he's just too defensive. And that's what he made mistake after mistake in that game yesterday. He made so many mistakes.
We said it. We 100%. We 100% said it. I wasn't convinced by them. I think Neymar at Barcelona was exceptional.
Yeah,
I think what's killed his international career and his whole career is going to Paris Saint-Germain. That move for me has killed him. It's murdered him.
It has
murdered him. Right? But look, everybody, listen. Big up to every one of you. But let's come to Morocco. For me, Morocco make absolute history, and their fans, the players' mums, the sense of community, the solidarity with Palestine, so beautiful. Shout out everybody in Edgware Road. Everywhere, all the Moroccans.
Rush home today. The road was blocked. It was Moroccan flags on the whole street. Winslow Road blocked. The police had to block the road off today because Moroccan flags everywhere. Okay, just before the England game. So big love to our Moroccan family. Big love to them. They deserve something special. Let's hope they can go. Let's hope they can make history because they're a team. They're not individuals. They're a team.
Yeah, big up, man. Listen, it's not to me. It wasn't even like white or black, but I just look at these young England players and I think. They grew up in a multicultural England. You know what I mean? They grew up.
I said that.
Majority of them play for multicultural kind of teams. So for me, it's not a problem. Like, it's not a problem for me. But Irfan, what does Morocco mean to Africa?
Wait, can I answer the point the person made though about that? Look, when I say I want a brown guy, I've played football my whole life. I played Sunday League. I played five-a-side. I played everything. I captained my school team. I'm heavily into football. I have come across, when I've traveled up and down the country just playing football, I have come across a lot of exceptional Indian, Bangladeshi, Pakistani football. Exceptional. A friend of mine had touch like Maradona I knew as a kid. I used to think, everyone used to say, wow, this guy, Shaquille, is incredible football. And I'm still amazed. And that was 35 to 40 years ago. Why have we not had one brown skin English footballer? Why not? We've got 2 million in the country, people, and why not? So this is why I get when people say you support England. I say, I love England, but look, we've done it with our black brothers and sisters still behind, but we need to get our brown brothers and sisters in England, and then it will be England. Then it will be England. It's the England that I live in, England that I see every day. That's what I want.
Look at the cricket team. Look at the cricket team.
I know. It's the first time I could support England cricket. Mo and Adil Rashid, they just won against Pakistan, my own country's team. They beat them, but I didn't feel any problem because there's 2 Pakistani guys in the front playing for England. Now, it doesn't really matter so much, but in a modern age, you want to connect with the team on a deep level. That's what you want, and that's what I want. So when I see multicultural England, I'm like, yes, England, let's go. I don't see it in a brown football. I'm waiting for that guy because imagine when the brown kids see a brown football play for England, you're going to get so much love. The team's going to be so much better. It's just going to be better for everyone. It's going to make the country more united. This is what people need, in my opinion.
to me, England missed a lot by not tapping Zidane Iqbal up because I think he's good
Big
enough.
time, big time, man, big time. No,
And
honestly,
you know what? He's dual heritage. He's dual heritage.
he is.
You know, heritage, Iraqi heritage and Pakistani heritage. So it is what it is. But big up to every one of you. But Irfan, what does this historic win for Morocco mean? What does it mean?
I mean, to be honest with you, watching them and watching the injury. I mean, look, can you plead the? Can you? I mean, it's so crazy watching the game yesterday. Can you believe they played Saiss with that leg? I mean, it's absolute. I couldn't believe the guy couldn't. I was watching
injections. That's injection.
He was hobbling. He couldn't run. He couldn't even walk properly. He was hobbling. And then
it's the painkillers wear off.
Nerdin, no, the team would have used a guy so badly injured like that. No, the team would have played. Yeah, so what? He's not fit.
But Irfan, he's the organizer, Irfan.
He's a warrior, absolute warrior.
Organizer. He's the guy who's constantly talking and shaping the back four.
I saw him at Wolves. I saw this guy next to Deng Donker and them boys. I saw this guy next to Cody and all them. I saw this guy. He knows what he's doing. But he was wrecked. He was completely broken. I don't understand how they played him. But look.
Listen, guys, please, can we get the likes up? Because no other YouTube channel literally interacts with you in the chat and make sure that majority of people are heard from. So come on, guys, like have some. Come on, no other channel spends that much time interacting because here we don't see it as that. We're just vanguards of this channel. It's a community. So smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel.
There's a lot. Come on, Nerdy, you got to give it to this lot. There's a lot of super intelligent men and women and boys and girls who come on the channel. And when he comments, and come on, I respect the people who come on this. So big shout to all of you because you're smart cookies. I know that for a definite fact.
Yeah. Well, you could say that there's been some strange refereeing decisions, but to be fair, I genuinely didn't think Portugal, if they had 2 more minutes, were going to create anything. Honestly, I didn't.
No. But Nuruddin, what a blunder though! What a blunder by the keeper. I mean, come on. No keeper's ever gonna. I mean, how can you make a mistake like that in this quarterfinals of a World Cup, where you with your hands cannot jump higher than the guy heading the ball when you got your hands? If you put your hands up, it's absolutely crazy. I don't understand how he. I don't know how he must get. They're gonna throw eggs at him all the time in Portugal now. That keeper's gonna get so much stick for the next 4 years. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah. Big up, Sammy Assi, by the way.
He's making this point.
Because their supports, they're always making the party like the tournament is already.
No, let me just. This is pure ignorance. This is pure ignorance. It's like saying, why do Africans dance every time something's going on? It's the same bullshit.
No, I'm
if
sorry.
You go to Brazil,
if you listen, it's part of their culture. It's like when I've been to Brazil, normal Tuesday night at a bar, it's the most sing-along culture I've ever been. Everybody's tapping on the table. Somebody gets a couple of tambourines from behind the tambourine. Somebody pulls out a guitar from nowhere. It's like you have to see it. Normal, average Tuesday night at a local bar. Everybody's singing and dancing. Like
what you're talking about. What you're talking about is a style of music called pagode, right? That's what you talk about. Where people get a few drinks, they get a cavaquinho, a little ukulele type guitar. They play the samba drums. It's like Cuba. It's a real deep African culture of music and love and the joys in life. They're a very singing, dancing community. They do it in everything, no matter what happens. That's who they are. And to say Roy Keane showed what an ignorant guy he is when he said that.
And the worst thing, the fact that he's Irish, Irfan. The fact that he's Irish.
The Irish do as well. It's crazy.
Listen, Irish do not need any excuse for a party.
I know they
don't. Thing about living in this England. When I've been to Ireland, whether it's a Republic or Northern Ireland, they never need any excuse to party.
I'm going Limerick soon again. I'm going to Limerick. I know the score with this. It's crazy that he said that, but that's Roy Keane showing his Englishness, not his conservative English.
He's trying to be that grumpy old man, innit?
He does. It's a shame that because they're dancing in Brazil aren't dancing in your face. They're dancing to celebrate the goal.
Yeah, Atif, big up Atif. Listen, there's a long history between Argentina and the Dutch. Very much really
going back to the 70s, you mean? Going back to the 70s.
Yeah, so it's quite a bitter game. So I'm not surprised because Argentina were acting like this in the last round. So it's because it's the Dutch. There is a bitter needle in this game between the two countries. The scenes were not good at them. Listen, Vincent, big up Vincent, but 60 likes. No, we're not here for that. Come on, people. Get 80 likes at least. There's only 130 of you in here. Iqbal chose Iraq, didn't he? Well, I don't think England really contacted him, though, did they?
Yeah.
He could have persuaded him. Brazil
No,
only
no,
won when
we're gonna have to wait another 10 years. We're gonna have to wait another 10 years for this to happen. Yeah, because so many brown kids love football and brown girls these days. So many. I mean, today where I was, it was just full of them, man. Full of kids supporting England. I was surrounded by loads of teenage brown and black kids today in Russia watching the game, and everyone was jumping up for England. I was like, wow. I expected a lot more to be supporting France, but nearly every brown and black kid supported England today. I was surrounded by
it is. Listen, that's how it is, because they feel like they're connected. They feel connected. It's not like me and you. It's not like me and you when we were growing up, where Ian Wright was getting dropped right, left, and centre. Andy Cole was never integrated into the England team, where he's one of the best goal scorers this country ever produced, and all of a sudden he doesn't even get picked by England.
No.
We know it, man. We know.
No, I know. Listen, I'm a different generation.
Where England players were racist against their fellow black players in the team.
Yeah. It's very sad, the history, but we have to give you the history.
I shall not speak, but anyway, I'll tell that story another day. Big up, say, Messi, fan, if it's important to support people who are born in this country for the football team colours, colour shouldn't matter. As long as they're good, doesn't matter the colour. It's coming from a mixed race person. Well, say, Messi, the idea that, listen, let me answer this. Say, Messi, the idea this country hasn't produced, and there's nearly 3 million Asians in this country. South Asian, and they're not produced one player. It's absolutely really bad. There's something wrong. It's an
absolute disgrace.
And the idea, oh well, Asians don't like football. It's the biggest lot of BS ever.
No, it's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. It shows there's a huge disgrace.
Let me educate him, right? Let me educate him, please, because I've done this. I literally, my dissertation was about racism in football.
Wow. There you go.
Right? So
there you go.
Let me break it down for him. Say, Messi, in my generation, when I was growing up, and I played with some amazing Arab people, Arab heritage, people with South Asian heritage, some of them could play absolute ballers. Every kid, if you ever grew up in any city,
in a city like
any city in this country, you knew there was a baller grew up from South Asian.
India, Bangladesh.
The reason why the old school coaching, where the people used to get spotted, well, they go, well, really, they can't play football, can't they? The cricket's more.
No, it's not them. Yeah, they're too light, they're too small.
It's too small. It's a bit too lightweight. They don't like it when it gets cold. It's exactly the same thing. And in this country, for black players, it used to be, you know what it used to be? If you're fast, if you're black, you're fast, get on the wing. So in this country, black players were never played as a central defender, central midfielder, or as a striker. You were never played in these positions. You know why? Because people believe you didn't have the actual footballing intelligence to play in those central spots. Same in American sports as well in America. So what it was in this country, there was a saying: if you're fast, if you're black, you're fast, get strong, get on the wing. Right. So this is what you don't understand. So when kids back in the day, football, there wasn't football academies. Scouts used to go out and watch football youth on Sunday league and Saturday league. And when they watch Asian players, they're like, ooh, it's a bit too lightweight. It's like, do you think Messi could have made it in this country?
No way. No way.
Are you kidding me? In England, because the way the mentality of the football was, it was wide and slide and cross it in. If you didn't do that, and a lot of course, ethnic youngsters who grew up in inner cities in the UK, would have been skillful players. Really, you know that Brazilian, because everybody loved Brazil.
I told you,
so that way Brazil and England scouts or youth scouts in this country would never have scouted him. So it is a disgrace. And saying Messi, there's nothing wrong with whatever. In a perfect world, color shouldn't matter.
In a perfect world,
brother. All I would say to you is do your research. Many books written about this. Extensively written about this. Extensively.
They don't understand it. People don't understand it.
Are you on Instagram saying, are you on? I'll send you the information. I'll send it to you. But this is my own lifetime. So this is the anecdote, but the research is out there. And you know how long it's took? How long it's taken FA to fund, the Premier League to fund young Asians, like in where like Blackburn or Burnt, like areas where there's massive Asian population.
Massive.
To get them to fund them because they didn't even want to fund them. It took a fight, the fight to recognize that Asians want to play football and want to participate and love football. It's incredible how much they've been fighting.
Yeah. It's incredible. I mean, look, all it's going to take is when one kid plays for England and he's a good player, you're going to get so many more. You don't understand. These people love football.
Have you ever heard the saying you have to see it to be it?
Yeah.
I'll repeat it again for you. You have to see it to be it. Like for now, there are loads of young cricketers in England who are growing up, who are born and bred here, who happen to be from heritage, Indian heritage or Pakistani or Bengali heritage. Yeah, and you know what? Because now they've seen the last one or two in the last maybe 10 years that have consistently played for England. Yeah. There and now, the next generation in a couple of years' time, 5, 10 years' time.
There's going to be loads. Because the cricket mad. That's why the cricket mad. And it's
you have to see it to believe it.
Yeah. I know, Nuruddin, go to any park. Now, I go to a park on a Sunday. I can take you all around Manchester, Salford. I'll take you to kids' parks where it's just brown kids playing with black kids and the odd little Chinese heritage kid all playing together and playing like I used to play when I was a kid, who will play for 3-4 hours every day because they love football. They just love football. Everywhere I go to watch football, I go outside a cafe, even when I left the England match today, I saw groups of kids all talking about English football. That's what I'm saying. So it's a stain, a bad stain on English football, the fact that a brown kid like a Zidane Iqbal type footballer has not played for England yet. It's the biggest minority population in the country are the Bangladeshis, the Indians, and the Pakistanis heritage, and they haven't played. To me, I can't get away from that. I think, come on, people, come on. We need this because it's going to make England a better team. And let's be honest, like the West Indians and Africans, they bring something different to English football because of their heritage. And the Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladesh, they will bring something different as well. It'll make England an even better team. 100%. Facts.
To me, it's 2022, and it's not a youth player playing for England in the youth. Like there isn't one.
It's crazy.
They got Valero. Listen, obviously you're upset because your team got knocked out today, but I don't know. Maybe
Portuguese. He's Portuguese.
Listen, maybe you speak Portuguese, but I'm not really seeing Brazil making fun of other nations. I'm not seeing that.
No, they don't. No,
I'm not seeing that. I've just seen them. Listen, and the other thing what I want to quickly explain is because Vinicius Jr. has been getting a lot of stick in Spain for dancing. So when the Brazilians, and every time when he gets racism and he gets abuse in Spain, Neymar would dance, Jesus would dance, Richarlison would dance, and they would all post on social media to stand in solidarity with Vinicius Jr. So of course, when they met up together, they're all dancing after they score. It's not. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not the first. They're never gonna be the first or the last. So other than if you know something we don't know, it's just them dancing. It's their culture.
Of course, Nuruddin. Did these people forget Ronaldinho? Ronaldinho did it after every goal he scored, dancing samba. I mean, it's crazy. It is part. It goes back to Pele and before Pele. It is part of their culture. You know, it's a celebration of football. They call the Seleção for a reason. The Seleção. That's what the Brazilian team is called. Samba and football go together. I've got loads of albums of samba and football right here. It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
Honestly, if you're having to go at Brazil because they dance, you need to give.
Nuruddin, it's bitterness and jealousy when people say that. You're stiff-assed, and you can't. You know they're not doing it for anyone else. They're doing it.
I've traveled a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have never seen a more sing-along and dance culture than I've ever seen in Brazil.
Yeah. Never. And you've been to Cuba as well, Nuruddin. You've been to Cuba.
And I saw it in Cuba as well. Cuba on the street, people just grab each other, a little bit of music. Outside a restaurant, people are walking past. Couple, they just grab each other and start doing Cuban salsa. And I'm like, what the hell? And they start doing even like spiritual dancing, you know, like what's it called? It's the religion, what's it? Candomblé. Candomblé.
Yeah, but no, in Cuba it's Santeria. In Brazil it's called Candomblé.
And also in Candomblé in Cuba as well. I asked the guy and he's like, oh, it's Candomblé.
No. Trust me, this is my study, my work. In Brazil it's called Candomblé. It's definitely only part of Bahia, the culture of Northeast Brazil. That's where it all, because that's the African part of Brazil. In Cuba it's called Santeria. And again, it's they dress in white, they play the sacred batar drums, and they call their spiritual gods, Yema Ya, Ochun, Ilegwa.
You know what? One day they're wearing all yellow. One day they're wearing all white. One day they're wearing all red. And they're taking fruits, like bowls of fruits.
Yeah, that's it.
To see when they're playing the drums, like somebody's walking, playing the drums, and they're doing an offering to the spirits in the sea. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah,
some of the dancing is just a part of them.
Yeah.
But Brazil, honestly, it's like young people, like 15, 16-year-olds. Imagine, it's like equivalent, Efan. 16, 15-year-olds in this country singing songs made by the Rolling Stones or singing words from Bob Marley music, or singing what's his name? The guy, the folk guy from America,
Bob
Dylan songs, or singing like the Beatles. Like it's crazy. It is crazy. Like young people, and Brazil as well. It's like a continent. All different regions have their specific music.
Have their own music. That's right.
Has their specific music. But everybody knows about every other region's music. And I always feel like, are Brazilians born singing when they're born? Like they know.
Honestly, Nerdy, when you hear crowds of Brazilian people, I mean, the first thing I noticed when I saw groups of Brazilians singing together, I was like, wow, listen to how in tune they are. They don't sing like, people drinking together, sing together. Half the people are out of tune or tuneless. When you hear Brazilian people singing, it's very tuneful. You're like, wow, how come there's such a musical culture? But again, it goes back to the African culture that's intermixed with the Brazilian Portuguese culture and the indigenous culture of Brazil. It's a mad mix, and they've brought this beautiful music culture together. I get it, and like this brother here said, with the Africans, it's the Yoruba influence. Of course, it is the Yoruba influence that he took from Africa, and the black people. They kept it together in secret when the masters were doing other shit. So they used to get together and dress in white and keep part of their culture alive, and that's the Yoruba culture. So this is what people like Roy Keane now. Don't disrespect. He doesn't know shit compared to what we know. Okay, so he needs to go to education. This guy
he's so culturally unaware. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but no, in the footballers, they're not the smartest. Let's be honest, they're not the smartest people in the world.
You know what? He's just a typical to me, and the fact that he's Irish.
Yeah,
Irish do not need any excuse to fight.
Roy Keane needs an education. He needs cultural education. He does.
They call it a jig.
Of course, Nuruddin. Look, if you really want to go deep, guys, I'm gonna give you a lesson here, right? The jig is the name. When it comes to the Irish jig, you think of one guy, and he was called Master Juba. Master Juba was a black man from Black America who used to put boot polish on his black face to pretend he was a white man blacking up so he could do the jig in Ireland, leaving America. Now you think I'm making this shit up, but it's fact. It's fact. Master Juba, do your research. The Irish jig has got a history because the dancing of black people back then, white people would blacken up to dance the jig. Trying to imitate the black man. This is the culture that we came from 150 years ago.
Not even that, but also what you don't understand as well with Irish culture, with like Gaelic culture, like the Gaelic culture, there are a lot of North African influences and the more and more influence, you know what I mean, on the Irish and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But listen, this is the beauty of football, Lilas. This is the beauty of football. Brings people together. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Football saved me. Yeah. Football saved me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and that's why I love it. Football, because it brings all the things. I've got friends, people I played against from when I was 14, 15, 16, 13. You know what I mean? Like football, I feel so integrated in South Central Manchester, where I grew up, because of football. I have friends from every corner of Manchester because of football. Like it's crazy. So it brings together. I played with everybody from everywhere in the world because South Central Manchester is diverse as any place in the world.
That's what I'm saying, Nuruddin. If the people on the channel actually came with us, and for example, where you grew up, like where I was today in Rusholme, you wouldn't even believe this is England. You say, no way is this England. You would think you're in a foreign country. I'm not being funny, because white people in those areas probably number 5 to 10%, if that. That's how mixed these people are. I mean, like today was like Moroccans, Kuwaitis, Saudis, Kurdish people from six, seven different countries, Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Chinese, Jamaicans, Bajans,
East Africans,
a mad
East
mix of
Africans,
everyone. East Africans,
East Africans. Yeah. And then there are Polish, there's Albanians, there are Bosnians, Syrians, like so many different other, like honestly, so many different, like Swedish, Scandinavians. Honestly, there's so many different people from everywhere, and there are like white working class
communities.
Well.
We grew up in these type of communities.
Yeah. But listen, Morocco make absolute history. Irfan, can they go one better and knock out the French? They already knocked out the Belgians. They beat in the Spanish. They beat the Portuguese. Can they go one further?
I mean, to be honest, someone asked me this question earlier on today, and I said, listen, much as I want Morocco to win the World Cup, much as I do, I would love it, right? I keep saying to myself, they're going to run out of this little bit of luck that they're getting. They're going to run out one day because you can't keep doing it against every team, right? No, but then another side said to me, wait a second, they've only conceded one goal so far, and that was an own goal. So the thing is, the momentum is with them, but I'm a bit worried about the offensive side to their game. Can they play this low block counter attack? Can it get there? Because they're running out of players. I mean, the players that came in, they're doing a job to a degree, but I do feel that little bit of luck that you need is going to run out at some stage. Because against France, I mean, what a game! Morocco playing the great colonizer. France is a mad game.
And you know what? Out of all of them, 14 in that squad, I think 14, at least 7 or 8 of them are born in France.
Yeah, of course, Frank. Yeah. You go to Morocco, they're all speaking French. Everyone's speaking French. You see it yourself. I know white French people that live in Morocco, in Marrakesh and Fez and places like that. They're there, so it's going to be a fascinating game. But I don't know. I think I've got a feeling that this might be a bridge too far, but I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. It's just saying, I just don't think the squad depth is quite big enough in Morocco to sustain another game against a team like France. I think it might be a bridge too far.
Listen, big up to everybody in the chat. Enzo Fernandez, Man United not getting him. He's got like a 90 million release clause or something like that. Man United are not going to get him. Big up to Boy Young. He says, I was going to say it's still the same in the NFL with black players wanting to be quarterbacks. 100%. 100%.
There you go.
Listen, I've got a degree in sport. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I promise you. You can have your opinion, of course, but I've researched a lot of this shit. I'm not just thinking. Big up, Nadeem says, remember the Rumbelows Cup? Rumbelows used to have.
Yeah, I remember Rumbelows. Yeah, of course I did.
One day, I went to see Dennis Law. He said to me, I'm surprised you're here. Cricket's more your sport. That's how it worked back then.
So that's the generation I grew up in. Rumbelows was obviously an electronics store when I was a kid. This is one of the days when Woolworth was around and Quick Save and all those places were still around. You remember, right? That is Dennis Law, Man United legend, telling a brown kid who's turned up to say, and he looks at me and go, wait a second, this is cricket. It's not usually meant to be a cricket, not meant to be a football. You brown kids play cricket. That is what I had my whole life. And I was captain of my cricket team and my football team as a kid. I was captain of both.
Yeah.
But like I said, I sometimes wish if I'd got pushed, that you never know what would happen with me. But like I said, I feel for these people.
Weren't there, Irfan. You were never going to be picked.
Nuruddin, I knew a kid in my school, like I said, Shaquille. Brazilian people we used to play Brazilian people in five-a-side at the pits, right? So when we were teenagers, they used to say, is he not Brazilian? Because he plays like those kids who played football, the salon. When you play on the beach with a heavy ball, he had a touch. He could do step overs, double and triple.
Jogo Benito, yeah.
Jogo Benito, that's what I mean. He used to do it, and they used to look at the thing. I go, wow, you sure this guy's not from Brazil? I said, no, he's a Pakistani-born English kid. A Pakistani parentage English kid, and I know you see them everywhere. We used to play Sunday League. We used to see these guys from other teams, deadly players, but never became pros. Just never made it as pros.
Yo, big up, Aaron. Do you think Ronaldo's finished? Ronaldo's not finished. Ronaldo's had a fantastic career. Any footballer would love to have 10 or 15% of Ronaldo's career. Ronaldo's going to go down as one of the greatest footballers the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
Greetings back to you. Big up. I didn't think you deserved it today because I didn't think you created many chances. And they defended so. But big up. But Ronaldo's not finished. Ronaldo will go down in history as one of the greatest. One of the greatest. I think on this, people close to him, if they had anything about them, they would have helped him in this last transition of his career. But they're not there. Big up to everybody. Big up to everybody.
Yeah.
Listen, 70 likes. You're all taking the biscuit. Honestly, there's 130 of you in here. It's this late and we're still live, people. But yeah, Morocco for me, I've made history. I'm so happy that because African have produced some great football in Africa, whether it's North Africa, Central Africa, West Africa, Senegal, Cameroon, Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana was so close, and Morocco finally have done it. So we're really happy about that.
Can we make a serious point now? You know, like you just mentioned those teams. Can we make a point? Because me and you, you know, obviously we know each other very closely, right? And there's a lot of things that you might say that I understand, but I'm a bit worried. Do all the people on in the chat understand? Now, what? Obviously, this is a basic point. So correct me if I'm repeating something that you already know. But when you look at football and you take pride in Croatia, a country of 4 million people, you also look at the African nations with not many resources, with not the infrastructure that European nations have. And that's why you want these smaller nations, these nations with less of an infrastructure to succeed, because it's going to take the game wider and bigger and more interesting. You don't want the corporations like Apple, etc., for want of a better word, to win the sport. And that's what happens when the big boys keep winning. So that's what we're talking about when we want the Senegalese or the Cameroonian people or the Ghanaians or whatever, or the Moroccans to win. Algerians. This is what we want. We want the other teams that are not meant to be on there because they don't have the infrastructure and support to get to the top. That's why we want them to win. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, it is for me. It's an amazing thing because African teams deserve to play. But go figure, Irfan. I want everybody to go and check out the Mohammed VI Stadium training facilities. Irfan, they got built state-of-the-art training facilities.
Where?
In Morocco.
Oh, wow.
In a couple of years. It's an incredible, it's where all their national teams go there. Whatever the sport is, Irfan, they've got everything. Like, it's kitted out like a proper training complex.
Where's it come from? Has the king put his hand in his pocket? What's happening?
It's called the king, but they got the money for it. Yeah. And to me, that's the reason why, because the economies in these countries, because the leagues in these countries, African players all come to Europe, and this is the reason why. But I'm telling you now, if it was all equal, and most of the African countries had stronger leagues and were playing, the African Champions League was strong because majority African players stayed in Africa. African team would have won the World Cup already. They would have. But unfortunately, it doesn't work out like that. It's about resources.
But that's because but you just said it. That's because people like France and England, like with Saka and Mbappe and all these players, like Tchouaméni, like the Europeans, they swallow all these people up from the nations, African nations, etc., into that. They do it in all sport. That's how Europeans stay ahead. And look, you're not gonna if me and Nuruddin were asked to play for England, we're not gonna say no to represent a country and being paid that kind of money to represent you. How can you say no? You can feed your families with that. So this is the tragedy of
not even that, but not even that, Irfan. It's not that. It's that when you live in this country, you're integrated into this country. Yeah, like Saka is Nigerian English. He's like British. He's born here. Same thing with all the people from the Caribbean. Same thing with everybody else. Same thing with like Mbappe. Mbappe is mixed heritage of Cameroon and Algerian, but he's born in France. Like that's what he knows. So obviously, and he knows that Algeria. Same thing with Zidane as well. Like amazing Benzema. Like
all Algerian, both Algerian.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. And you know what I love today? The thing about it, I don't see every African country is celebrating that because it's like the continent has needed somebody to break this barrier, and now Morocco has done it. Now the mentality of other African teams are going to think, well, we've done it, they've done it, we can do it. And to be fair, all of the African teams have not gone with this style of football. They're usually quite open, quite attacking, and at times that's why they've been caught out and lost.
On that point of African football, though, correct me if I'm wrong. The way I see it, the top two teams in Africa at the moment are Egypt and Senegal. That's how I saw it, right? Morocco weren't even number one or two. I don't know whether they're third, fourth, or fifth. And look how far they've gone. Because, like I said, I mean, it's a shame that Senegal didn't have Sadio Mane, and it's a shame Egypt didn't qualify, even though they've got a main Liverpool guy. It's just a shame. But they play nice football, and Algeria's also got a good team as well, so they could have done it. They could have done it, but it's just a shame.
Yeah.
I'm glad
that was the biggest disappointment. Algeria missing out on the world. I was like, what? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But we're getting there. This will give people in Africa some hope, and we will break the barrier of European teams or even South American teams winning, And I'm actually on one point. Everyone was kicking off about, the issue with Qatar. I'm actually thinking I'm glad it went to an Arab country, and there's an Arab culture alive for support, because it will help develop the sport in that part of the world as well. So that was a good thing.
Yeah, big up Andrew Ellis. Do you hear that Saka got racist abuse on Instagram today? Nah.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, don't say that.
Well, Irfan, it's just one or two idiots, isn't
it? He was the best English player by miles today.
Of all people, him. Like, no chance. Of all people, him. No chance. Like,
my friend after the game said, it's funny, I heard someone say that, well, we know Harry Kane's not going to get any racist abuse for missing that penalty. I had to just smile about it. I just smile. He's not getting any racist abuse for missing that penalty. Oh my God. This is why England, this is the problem with the sport in England sometimes, because it pains you sometimes that there are lots of good people, but these people that are full of shit. It's just bad. It's bad. I mean, no one's perfect, but that kind of thing is bad. It's not good at all. It's just not a good look at all.
The idea he would get racist abuse is shocking for me.
Yeah, after today's performance, kept England in the game.
100%. Yeah. If Ghana were less attacking, they would have progressed well. They defensively, they were shocking.
No, I didn't see it with them. I didn't see it.
Well, let's hope Ivory Coast have a bright future. Let's hope, people. Let's hope.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, mate. It actually happened. Wow. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, because he's England's best player. It's just drunken, coked head, absolute morons who are deeply racist. So they got somebody to blame. They got subbed.
No. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, that is. It's crazy that people would do that, but this is the world we're living in. This is the world.
Yeah.
It's very, very sad.
Yeah, exactly. Malcolm said he didn't even take the penalty. But guys, seriously, listen. And I watched a bit of the United game, guys. So just a bit to talk about the Man United game. I'm glad that the reason why Erik ten Hag came and had a go at those players against Cadiz, because Cadiz are like 19th in the league and they smashed us 4-2. Today, Man United played against Real Betis, who are joint 4th in their league, and they're a decent team, and we lost 1-0. Obviously, 100% it was right for Erik ten Hag to come out and slaughter those players, but I thought they accounted themselves well. Teddy Menge, again, he was out for 8 months. He only recently, a couple of months ago, came back for being out for 8 months. And now my heart is absolutely breaking for him when I heard that he had to go off because of injury. You could see the disappointment. You could see how hurt he was having to go off. I just really hope and pray that he comes back quicker this time. But yeah, that was our last game. Now everybody's coming home. So in terms of Casemiro, Bruno,
there's only. Wait a second, there's only Martinez left at Argentina who could play. That's it. Everyone else is back home, are they, for United?
And Varane.
Oh, and Varane, yeah. Varane, it's really strange because someone asked me about Varane today, and I was like, I didn't really notice Varane was playing today. Did you notice him today in the game at all? I didn't notice him at all in the game today.
No.
Very unusual, wasn't it? I mean, Upamecano was everywhere, making good decisions.
I called Upamecano when I saw him in the second game. I was like, wow. Because Irfan, this kid, I was like, what's all this hype about? Then I watched him for Leipzig. Then he went to Bayern Munich and it didn't settle in. But for France in this tournament, he's been magnificent.
But don't you think he like to give away the first one? He was lucky. He was badly out of position. He's in the wrong side of.
Irfan, he was. But it's a hectic game, innit? Pressure.
It was.
But in this tournament, he's been
I don't
brilliant.
think today was his best game. I don't think this was Upamecano's best game. It wasn't.
No, but he's been their best defender.
When I see defenders defending sort of last ditch and looking a bit ugly, I don't see them as top players. They're not playing well. It's when they
big up Andrew. Listen, big up Andrew and yeah, solidarity with Saka getting racially abused. I can't believe that. But yeah, Greece won the Euros with a low block. Hopefully Morocco can do the same.
There's example. We remember when Greece did it. When Greece did it in Euros, they did it. So, let's hope Morocco can do it. But it's a big ask. I won't lie. It's definitely a big ask.
Big up Vincent. He says Eric Tanat about Ronaldo. He running lie and need to go. Yeah. Well, what can he say in it? He knew. To me, I said it. I was the one to call it on YouTube. Everybody was like, "Oh, maybe Ronaldo can come back." I told you all from day one, people. I told you, soon as Ronaldo did that interview, that was the exit interview. I said it to you. Some of you didn't believe me. Some of you were arguing me, telling me, no, maybe they can. No, Ronaldo was not setting 1 foot back in Carrington.
Absolutely.
Listen, you don't have to like your manager. You don't have to like him. You don't even have to get on with him. But once you say you don't respect the manager,
you're finished. You're finished. You're absolutely finished, and you're finished when you say it. You're finished.
Exactly.
Because you want to be finished. You're saying I'm out here, and here's the reason why I'm out, because this is what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, but it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see striker, because Eric Ten Hag talked about it after the game and said Man United need a striker. We're looking hard. There's an opportunity. So fingers crossed. That makes me feel better, because I think Man United think they can just go into this.
You're being very optimistic then. You're being very optimistic.
Look at his quotes. Look at his words. Big up, Samiassi. Samiassi, are you on Instagram? Get in touch with me on Instagram and I'll send you some links. Saka will lead Arsenal to the title. The racists know he's a great player and are jealous
of him. It means of him,
Of him, yeah. Okay, saying with solidarity with anybody who's getting racial abuse, because it's not like you can go and change your skin and your ethnicity or your race. You know what I mean? It's just mindless cokehead idiots. He was England's best player by far tonight. I'm sorry, he was England's best player.
I mean, what
I don't know about leading you to a title.
Yeah.
It'll be incredible if you can do that.
They're getting ahead of themselves a bit. No, but like with Saka, he just looks like a lovely, sweet young guy. He's a happy, smiley kid.
They all love him. Every player that talks about him in the England squad says he's.
I mean, how could you want to abuse a guy like that? Or, are you out of your mind?
Yeah. Well, racism, fan. It's not logical, is it? It's not rational, is it?
Yeah. It's not rational. You're right. Right. So,
same Miasi talk. Saying, here we go with our Arsenal.
No, that's Lillis United. That is.
Yeah, Lillis. Yeah, replying to saying always. Where do you think Ronaldo could be playing now? Well, there's that offer. A season he could earn 172 million a season. Go on playing for Al Nassr or whatever they're called in Saudi Arabia. That's unbelievable.
You like to go to America, if you don't go anywhere in Europe.
Yeah, well, see, 100% it doesn't. Ronaldo didn't have to start like for United. And same thing. Portugal realized. Portuguese realized, but it was what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up, man. Big up. At the end of the day, big up. But we'll see. Harry Kane missed the penalty. Southgate needs to do better at coaching, but he needs to go. Yeah, it is what it is. But I think on the whole, he's been decent, but we just need. England have got so much attacking players. England
never known it in their life. They've got so much attacking players. It's crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what? I know that might sound weird, but I would have bought on Trent Alexander to take the penalty. The idea that England didn't have a plan for that, Irfan, for the second penalty, because it's Kane. He trains with this guy every bloody week and week out on penalties. And the second one is mental thing. It's a psychological thing.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, He didn't miss it by a little bit, Nuruddin. He missed it by miles.
And it was a conversion try for England rugby.
Yeah, it was. It was rugby union. That was, yeah.
Rugby bloody union conversion.
I mean, God knows if Saka took the penalty and missed it by that much. God, I mean, he'll be getting abused for months if he did that. Wow.
Yeah, Henderson played well, I've got to say. But I thought Bellingham played really well as well.
No, listen, he gives 12 out of 10 for heart. That's what Henderson. He gives it everything. But I don't.
You know what? He's not been playing that well, Irfan. He's not been playing that well for Liverpool. He's not.
He hasn't. I know he hasn't. I know a lot of Liverpool fans to tell me.
Liverpool fans, they're like, get him out of here, get him out of here. He's not been that great. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruno played well. He should have scored, though. That chance he had. Should have scored.
I know.
The way they closed him down to rush him was amazing.
Yeah. I thought it was going to go in that shot. I really did. I thought it was going to. That's it, the equalizer.
Listen, guys, we need to go. Me and Irfan, you've got heavy dose of Irfan. Irfan, thanks for always coming on, bro. Big up to everybody. Listen, smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed.
Half
of teams. My last question, 4 teams in it. Who does your heart want to win? Who does your head tell you is going to win this World Cup?
Right.
Croatia, Argentina.
Well, obviously.
Croatia, 4 million, Irfan. 4 million.
Yeah, but they're warriors. They're absolute warriors. You cannot deny they are warriors. You could even say they're the Moroccan Europeans. You could say at the moment. You could call them that.
They're never beaten.
They're never beaten.
That was the best game they've played in a tournament.
But again,
I didn't think anything of it in the group stages. I was like, look how horrendous they look.
I know, they look terrible. I mean, like I said, I do think though, again, like I thought with Morocco and France, I do think this could be a bridge too far for Croatia because they're not as delicate. Argentina are. They're not as brittle as Brazil are. And they're warriors too. Argentina are warriors. They're full of warriors in that team. So I don't think that, they haven't got any Neymars or anything like that in the team. So I don't think it's going to be a similar game for them. And the Croatian coach said that I've got the best midfield in the tournament. And when he comes up against the Argentine midfield, it's going to be a much, much closer game. And I don't think they're going to make the same mistakes that Brazil did against them. So I do think my heart says, actually, I'm not sure about this one. My head definitely says Argentina in that leg. Definitely. What about you?
I think Croatia, if any team can, Croatia can beat them.
Definitely beat Brazil. They'll have the belief, but I just think it's a bridge too far again.
Honestly, I do think this is Argentina's biggest game in their history since the last time the World Cup they were in the final. 2004.
They've got a great chance to win it now. Argentina's got a great chance to win it. Yeah,
well, I do think Croatia. I actually think Argentina would have preferred to play Brazil. Themselves because they beat in Brazil. They beat Brazil in Brazil a year and a half ago in the Copa America final. So, but I think Croatia. Can you imagine Croatia go to another final? Population of 4 million. It's incredible.
It's incredible. It's
so Manchester, the size of their country is Greater Manchester.
I know. It's crazy. I know it's crazy.
Greater Manchester.
But Nuruddin, you've seen Croatia for years and years. You've seen them. Listen, Nuruddin. The question I'm asking myself is, how do Croatia, for example, Modric at that age, at 35, 36, right, run like that after he's done extra time against and penalties against who did they beat in the game before Brazil? Who did Croatia beat before they beat Brazil?
Japan in penalties.
So, I mean, a crazy, taxing, energy zapping game against Japan, who run like madmen for 90 plus minutes, and then like you watch them against Brazil, and you think that Brazil are the team that have played a heavy match against Japan, not rested half the players after they're winning 5-1 against Korea, 6-1. It's mad, but that's belief and desire and will, and that comes from within. So Croatia deserve the most respect from any decent footballer. Most respect. I mean, is Modric really 37 there? Is he 37? Are you kidding me? Modric. Yeah. That is insane. That shame on you.
That was his best game. At the Japan game, you didn't even see him. He got substituted. Yeah, but that was his. Certain players, when they play Brazil, they race their game. So it's going to be interesting to see if can Croatia race their game again for Argentina and Messi. That's going to be the most interesting thing.
Well, we'll do some research and we'll get it a bit deeper. Look, what you saying about the next semi-final? I mean, are you gonna do that as well?
To me, I just want with all my heart Morocco to beat France. That will be the ultimate.
Yeah, that would be yeah.
Even an African team in the final. An
Yeah.
African team in the final. I think I'm not gonna lie to you. If Morocco go to the final, they're winning. I don't care who it is. Get 10 Messis.
Yeah.
It's written for them to win.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. You've heard it here first. If Morocco get through this, they're gonna win.
Yeah.
You've heard it here first. Trust me. If they can beat France, they're gonna win. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
You've heard it here first. Breaking news for you all, because I can't see them going to a final and losing. Not when the whole stadium's gonna be with them.
Yeah. This is crazy. This is like schoolboy stuff. This is like, Roy the Rover stuff, whatever we're going to say it. The fact that Morocco is there in the semi-final. Oh man, if you're a betting man, my God, you could have made some money on Morocco so far. You could have made a lot of money on Morocco.
Listen, come on, people. 93 likes. Can we get 100 likes before we wrap up? We've been on for 1 hour, 1 hour and 20 minutes. Long show.
I don't know. I don't even know what other fan channels and stuff. How long do people chat for on the other fan channels? I got no idea.
Usually half an hour, 40 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
50 minutes. Because we interact with a chat.
Yeah.
Because we interact with you, because we're a community.
Yeah.
Let's hope. We pray. I hope he doesn't go to penalties. I hope they nick it 1-0 and defend for their lives.
Yeah. The other guy, the other guy that came in, what's his name? The central defender that plays for Morocco, the tall guy. He was a warrior. He was a warrior yesterday. Absolute warrior.
The guy, he against Spain, he got groin injury. He's definitely not going to play, because no injections. When your groin goes, if you ever play football, people, when your groin goes, you're done.
You're done, right? Wow.
But Diaz is playing with injections. And when he started limping, it's because the injections wore off.
Which one? Who is?
Sias, the captain.
Sais.
Yeah, he's playing with injections. He will do it again.
He doesn't play for. He doesn't play for. Aaron he plays. He doesn't play for Wolves anymore, does he?
No, they got rid of him. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
For a team. I think in Spain. Is he in
Spain? He's in Sevilla. Isn't it Sevilla or something like that?
I think he's in Spain.
Yeah.
I don't play for Wolves anymore. They got rid of him.
He doesn't. He's left. He's gone. I'm sure he's in Spain. Yeah.
Now I think he's gonna play. I'm telling you now, Neil.
No, come on, no way, man, no way.
Listen, how much are you guys betting? He's gonna play. He's gonna get all of the injections as we speak. Listen, last time, Irfan, the other guy, he was injured. They were working on him till 3:00 in the morning with a physio, so he could play the next 2 days.
Yeah, they're saying he plays for, but he takes Turkish team Besiktas now. That's what someone's saying.
Yeah, that's what he plays for now. Right. But listen, the other guy, his partner, the guy who's got the groin injury, he got injured one of the games after the group stage. Who did they beat? In that game? I don't know who they beat in that game, but anyway, he got injured. He was injured. He was a doubt for the Spain game, but till 3:00 in the morning every night, he was getting the physios are working on him to get to play, and he played. But then he pulled his groin strain. Yes, so was Amrabat as well. Amrabat has got injections because he had a back problem. But what a performance again today! What a performance!
I know. I love his football intelligence. I love the fact when they had to sort of see off Spain. I mean, Portugal, when he pushed higher up the pitch to sort of get the team, to make sure that the shape was still there. He's such an intelligent footballer, that Amrabat. He shocked me how good he is.
Yeah. Well, you know what? One of the regulars here, the Lietzen 100 American Caribbean heritage based brother architect. He is a fan of Fiorentina. That's his team.
That's his team. Yeah.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Big up, man. Listen, are we on 100 likes yet? Please just check so that we can go. But big up to every one of you. Seriously, late night World Cup drama, loads of drama yesterday. Drama again today. I thought England was super unlucky. I'm glad Morocco are broken that ceiling for African teams. Lot of countries representing Africa football. So glad that Morocco have done it. They've broken that ceiling now. Can they go one better and go through to the final? And I promise you guys, you've heard it here first. If they go through to the final, they're winning. They're not losing. Get that into your heads. If they beat France, Whether it's Croatia, whether it's Argentina, Morocco are going to beat them. Morocco.
It's a massive if, though, Nuruddin. That's a massive if. That is.
I'm telling you now, this game for me will be more what the final. Getting to a final for me, they're going to win it. It's destiny. Trust me. If they get through to the final, it's destiny. So big up to every one of you. And then big up to Eric Ten Hag by going in hard on the United donkey players who were losing to Cadiz 4-2, right?
Yeah.
And now he's going in hard on them. And today they only lost 1-0. But to me, what it shows that our B team is lacking quality. Really lacking quality. Lacking lots of quality. Yeah. Big up.
Well, only a couple more weeks left, Nuruddin. We can get back to Man United. Only a couple of weeks left.
What flag is that? Is that Argentinian flag?
That's Argentinian, yeah. Argentina flag, yeah.
You want Argentina to win.
Yeah, Mr. Lucky Singh wants Argentina to win.
100 likes, man. Big up everybody for the likes, man. It took you to 1 hour and 25 minutes to get to 101 likes. Big up to every one of you.
Yeah, man, at least it did it, though. At least it did it.
Yeah, listen, please smash a like. Those of you watching this later on, please smash a like. We're going through a lot tonight. But big up to Morocco, big up Argentina, big up to Croatia, big up to France. They're there all on merit. I think somebody else should have taken that. I think it was a psychological thing, the reason why he skied it. He second-guessed himself. I think true leaders, for me, when they're not confident, they would have just smashed it down the middle. That's what I would have done. Smash it down the middle.
Even if Panenka Nuruddin would have done the game today, would have done it.
Smash it down the middle, and low and hard. He's got the technique, Harry Kane. Smash it down the middle. That's what he's got to do. I hate Argentina. Argentina out. It is what it is, but that's it. Everybody's different. Big up Ten Hag for giving out contracts. Who looks like he's serious? Yeah, he's not giving out contracts. No, Neil Gunner. Big up to every one of you. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Win, lose, or draw. Glazers out. Bankers out. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, light. Big up Irfan. Make sure you follow Irfan on here. Let me just do this quickly. Make sure you give Irfan a follow. You'll know a lot more global politics, geopolitical, what's going on in this country. So you can follow Irfan there. Irfan Radio on Instagram is music. On Twitter, it's bit of football. A lot of it is politics.
Yeah, a little bit of football on Twitter, but lots of politics. Mainly politics.
Yeah, so big up to every one of you. Love and light. Peace. Take care, people. We lose our draw. Glazers out. Bankers out. Big up to every one of you legends in the chat for the late night chat about the World Cup. Drama. Peace. Always on Fever Palestina. Big up that England fan. Big up that England fan. He's the biggest.
Yeah, and the Moroccans for showing the Palestinian flag. I mean, that's one reason to support them, if any reason you want.
Palestinian, the England fan who went on Israeli television and said, most importantly, free Palestine. Big up. He's the legend. He's one of the legends of the World Cup for me.
Absolutely, yeah.